In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use Google Sites for beginners. I'm going to give you a step-by-step tutorial and a guide about using Google Sites. So let's jump into it. So the first thing, how do we get to Google Sites? What I would recommend you do is just go to Google, search for Google Sites, and it will take you here to this page, provided you're logged in with your Google account. Now everything's run and hosted through your Google account. So whatever Google account you use, you can log on to any computer and then continue editing your website. Now here you can see the recent sites that you've made. I've made some sites for different tutorials. Obviously, if you're new to Google Sites, you're not going to have that. So you're going to want to start a new site, which is up here. Now here you can go ahead and choose from templates. So if you open up their template gallery, you can choose personal work, small business, education. They don't have a lot of templates you can use, but maybe you can find one that looks good and fits your brand or your company. Most of you, though, might want to go with a blank template and start building it from scratch, which, to be honest, with Google Sites, that's what I recommend. So go ahead and click on blank template, and that will open up a new site where you can now start to get to work. You can now enter in your page title. So let's say I'm creating a website about my gardening business. So Wiens Gardening. Right, let's see how my gardener, okay. So now we've created a title, we've got Wiens Gardening. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna highlight this and we can then change the font. We can then obviously change a lot of these text settings. You can change the text size, make stuff bold, italic, underline stuff. Okay, I'm gonna highlight this and we'll just make it a little bit bigger and we'll make it 72, right? So now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to enter in the site name. I'm gonna call it again, Wiens Gardening. And now what we can do is we can add an image. Now, I recommend you do this for all your websites. Get a good image as the header. Now, if you go ahead and go to header type, you can choose whether you just want the title only, whether you want a banner, a large banner, or if you want it kind of like a cover. I would just suggest banner or title only. I wouldn't suggest having this as a cover because it takes up so much of the screen, but if you click on banner, you can then upload a banner. So if you go to image, you can upload or select an image. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and Google Unsplash. And Unsplash is a great website to get royalty-free images for your business. So if I go to Unsplash, I can then type in here gardening, and we can then download a photo that we like. So let's choose one which is relevant to us. Maybe we want to choose this one with all of these plants, or this one. This one looks all right. So once you've found a photo you like, actually we'll go with this one. You can then download it, and you don't have to credit these people because they're already free. Now we've got this downloaded, we can go ahead and upload. And we should be able to find it in the downloads. Click on this, and there you go. You've now added this to your website. So now your website's starting to take place. So now you can fill out your website. Here on the right, you've got insert, and here are all of the things that you can insert. You've got pages, and you've got themes. You can change these themes to whatever you want. You can also customize these themes and create your own. And if you go ahead and choose the font style, you can change how your website looks. Themes are something you need to play around with depending on your website's branding and the colors you want to use. You can change how stuff looks here. I've got no content on it, so it's not going to change much. So what I would do first is go to insert, and here you can insert different content blocks. So maybe you want to drag this one on, which is an image and some text. So maybe now we want to add another image of gardening. So let's grab, I don't know, a different image. Maybe we want to grab this one, right? So we'll download it again. It's going to go to the download. We can then upload this image. And we can add it. We can add YouTube videos. We can add basically anything we want here. But now we've got our image. We can say something like Wiens Gardening. I'm then going to highlight this and I'm going to center it. And all your text tools are going to be here once you highlight it, remember? And then I'm going to write something like the best gardener in London. I don't know. Then I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to make this a lot bigger. So change the font size to 36. Oh, that's a bit too big. To 24. And I'm also going to center this as well, right? So now you've got your website coming together. So now maybe I want to upload one of these elements here. Now these elements act individually, so they're all going to be a little bit different. Let's say I want to put a map of where I cover. So if I go ahead and click on map, again, all of these elements are going to be different. So you're going to have to figure these out yourself because I can't go through all of these. But what I will say is everything is pretty easy to use. So enter a location. Let's just put London, UK. Okay, so now we can select this and we can put a map of London. And I can drag this anywhere and it's going to snap to the screen. So here we got Wiens Gardening, the best gardener in London. Now you can see our website starting to come together. Maybe I want to drag this map underneath the image like that. Okay, so there you go, right. So now I'm going to go ahead and add another text box. So if I click on it, it's going to add the text box, and I can then drag this to this empty space here, and now I can start writing. I'm just going to add some filler text here just so we can visualize this website. Obviously, you would write whatever you want here. So now maybe we want to create another page because we don't want to put everything on the home page. So now if we go to pages, we can go ahead and click create new page. And here maybe we want an about us page or maybe a contact us. Contact us. Now we can click done. And that's going to create the contact us page here. So here we've got the home page. Now I've got the contact us page. Now if we go to insert, you can then add like a contact orders form. So maybe you want to add a form. And what you can do is you can add a form from Google Forms, and you can go ahead and create a form and kind of make a contactor form. Or maybe you can just put, if you want to be very simple with it, call me for a quote at, and then you could put, I don't know, your number plus 4,407, and then write out your number, right? So this is very, very basic, but it gets the job done. So now we've got kind of our website coming together, and you can add again any of these individual elements onto the screen. Now, once you're happy with your website, and by the way, if you make a mess of it, so say like, I don't know, I accidentally dragged this down here and I'm like, oh no, what's happening? Now I've got to redo it. If I just go here and click undo, it's going to undo everything. So don't panic. Anyway, now if I want to publish my website, I go to publish in the top right-hand corner. I can then give it a name, and it's going to add this text to the end of this URL. So by default, it's going to be sites, Google, ComView, and then your name. You can add a custom domain, and I've made tutorials on that if you want to go ahead and do that. But it is kind of more advanced, so most of you are probably just going to have the default domain. Click publish, and then when your website's published, if you go to this button, you click on it, you then go to view published sites. It will open your site in a new tab. So here's our gardening website, so there you go. It's looking pretty good, right? Okay, now you can go to contact us, and this website is going to be fully functional. It's now live online, and all you would do is you would give this URL here to someone. And finally, as you navigate through your newly created website, don't forget to encourage your visitors to engage with your gardening content on other platforms. If you found this tutorial helpful, I invite you to check out my YouTube channel for more in-depth guides on website creation and other related content. To stay updated with the latest videos, make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Your support on YouTube allows me to create more valuable content for enthusiasts like yourself. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and I look forward to connecting with you. And I think that you will also like these videos. Check them out here.